EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Escapes the defender and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about the defense for these Chargers. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talking about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Here's Pollard again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Now a first carry here for their running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. From the 50, here's Herbert. And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now it's Herbert. Setting up the screen, Harris. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Tui below 2. Got in and dropped it.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Back to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now, after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Now a handoff running through the middle. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
We're scoreless after one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Herbert going to change the look. They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Chargers have 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. A broken tackle there, but not a ton to show for it. Tackled just on the other side of midfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Here's a give up the middle. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Herbert. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And got his man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
The 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. It's certainly a quarterback who has the arm. He also has the legs, Charles.
And haven't we seen over time these quarterbacks just get more and more athletic as they go along? We're not just talking about guys who can throw the football and stay in the pocket, but when they run, they hurt a defense.
And he hurt the defense right there. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. After the run, now Herbert to throw. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers post the 1st points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
In search search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat, brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they're trying to preach.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Slot man moves right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Herbert. Flush to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Complete right side to Otten. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Again, Herbert. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he has Okonkwo. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here now, 2nd and 4. look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Just what they needed a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing to trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They give him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come. First carry for Najee Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Najee Harris halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Chargers are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's caught. Left side, it's Burks. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Drops this underneath for Pollard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. In motion goes the tight end. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Quick throw here to Johnston. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. We want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Now Herbert. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So a big two-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. Complete at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that two-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Now 2nd and 9. Here's a give up the middle. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Now the first carry here for the running back. Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for the Chargers,